going. We're setting up here. All right, we should be live. Hello, everybody. I'm Scott Skiba, Executive Artistic Director for Cleveland Opera Theater. Welcome to our Friday evening masterclasses online. Today, we're excited to have our music director and principal conductor, Maestro Domenico Boyagian, and he will be working with two very talented young artists. So I will ask Maestro to take it from here, and then he'll have the artists introduce themselves. So thanks for tuning in, and thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Scott. Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. If you wouldn't mind, just introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're from and where you are right now. Ladies first.
Perfect. Hi, my name is Sierra Newman. I'm originally from Fairbanks, Alaska, and I'm actually coming to you all today from Fairbanks, Alaska. No snow, which I know everybody else got snow today, so
oh yes, we
sorry.
did here in Cleveland. Absolutely.
Sorry to brag, but no snow today here. Yes, I am just finished my first year of my master's degree, and I'm currently at Penn State University studying with Dr. Rachel Copeland and Dr. Norman Spivey. Happy to be
Very
here.
good. Very good. Thanks for being here. How about you, Sean?
Hi, everybody. I'm Sean Roth. I'm from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, where I'm coming to you live now. There might not be snow in Alaska, but oddly enough, there is in Pennsylvania in May, so that's great. I just finished up at Oberlin Conservatory, and I'll be heading to AVA in Philadelphia in the fall.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Well, we are very excited to have you. I'm very excited to hear music because these days it's just not happening enough. So, good times. Who wants to start, or should we let Mimi start, or would that work?
Yeah, that sounds great for me. Yes, of course.
Very good. Very good. So you have a recording, right?
Yes, have a recording here. Hopefully my Bluetooth is still connected here.
Very good. Tell us what you're singing and where it's from.
Absolutely. I will be singing Mi chiamano Mimi today from Puccini's La Bohème. Si mi chiamano Germoglia una vaso, una rosa, foglia, foglia la stella, cose ai fior che ho fatto ai me, i fior che ho fatto ai me, altro di me non ne saprei narrare, sono la sollicina che la den fiori d'ora in parto al mare.
Good job.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Very good work. Especially not just the singing and the Italian, the music and all that, but I'm realizing that it's so difficult to do what you're doing right now because you have to wait for a pianist that doesn't exist. You have to make things long just to be able to connect one phrase to another. So singing, as I always say constantly, is already the most difficult profession. And on top of that, now there is this whole virtual world and layer to add on top of what we do, you know, and it's so difficult because we need people to listen to us. We don't do it in front of screens. We perform because we feel the energy of other humans, okay? Having said that, excellent. Now, first of all, tempi-wise, were these your tempi? Are these the pianist's tempi or?
So this is more the pianist tempi. I'm using a recording right now that my pianist at Penn State made for me. The original one she sent for me was really, really quick because this is a rather new aria for me. And so I asked her to slow it down. So I think some things got kind of stretched when I asked her to slow the tempi down a little bit.
I see. Okay, very good. So the question is, which contexts are we putting this aria in? Is this the aria from Bohème? Or is this the aria from a concert? Or is this the aria for an audition? So I will talk to you always with putting this in its original context, which is the stage. It's sure. An opera. It's part of an opera, right? Because even when we take it away, always remember this, even when we take it away from the opera, it still is an aria from an opera. Because this is, for the past 150 years, this is how we create, not you, but in general, this is how we create bad habits. Because we take something out of context, we do whatever we want with it, longer, shorter, higher, lower, and then we put it back into the opera with those same concert qualities, right? And in theory, we shouldn't, but in theory, we shouldn't do a lot of things in life, right? So let's see, probably I'm going to ask you to start over. And before we do that, just a couple of things. Think about pacing a little bit better. You know, obviously where this aria happens in the first act, right?
Right.
So it's somewhere, first of all, it's in the first act. I already said it. It's somewhere in the middle, right, of the first act. You have another 3 acts to sing. Okay.
Totally. Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's the piece that 75% of the people come to hear, and it's right at the beginning. So you have to give it your all. So there's a lot of things that you have to juggle, okay? But even still, you need to have a plan, because you cannot give us all of yourself from mi chiamano mi. No, who are you? You're cute in the opera. You're cute. You just knocked on the door. You have this aura of, I'm hiding a little something, but I'm also simple, but I'm not at the same time. So that needs to come out on your first sentence, because it's
Sure.
cute if you think about it. Mi chiamano Mimi. They call me Mimi, but my name is not Mimi. You know?
Right.
So you want us to ask, so what's your name? What's your name? Guess what? You're never telling us your name. Well, you're never telling us the reason why they call you Mimi. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's start over. I may do one of these.
Sure. No problem.
Thank you.
Si mi chiamano la storia mia è breve, a te lo seta ricamon cos'hai fuori.
Very good. Stop it right here. Stop it right here. We'll look at it from there. So things like Lucia, fuori, the ending, those vowels are really long musically. Okay. And
Okay.
right now it's a little bit unnecessary for you to keep those notes that long, not only because most likely they are not written. I can't remember what the score says, but even if those notes are written like whole notes, that's not an important note for us to hear. It's only the ending. What's important for me is to hear the story and for you to breathe. So those are the places where you can actually relax. Because instead of doing andare a casa fuori, you could do casa fuori. Relax. Son tranquilla. You see what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
So just take it, no matter what the tempo is, in this case, according to me and the music, I'm trying always to be on the side of the music, not to add anything, personal. It's a little bit on the slow side.
Sure.
Okay? Which you already told me, you just started working on this, So differentiate, is this a recitativo-ish section? Or is this really the aria?
Sure.
You're just telling a story right now.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Sure. Let me back up.
That's okay. It's totally fine. We all understand, these circumstances.
Yes. Casa I fiori son tranquilla e lieta ed mio svago far dire rose mi piaccion quelle cose che anzi dolci malia e
Very good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good job. So tell me in Italian, what are you saying? Not in, don't translate it. Tell me in Italian. Mi piacciono? Mi piacciono?
What pleases me, mi piacciono quelle cose are the cute things, the little things, che anzi dolce malia, che parlano d'amor, things speaking of love and of springtime.
Beautiful. Just think how poetic that is.
Right.
And that is the first thing that you decide to tell him of what you like. Of all things, you could have picked anything, but you're just saying, mi piacciono quelle cose, right? Che ansi dolce Malia e parlano d'amore. So you're already going into something that is very intimate. So
Right.
musically, if you can, it's got to be very delicate and really don't push when you get up there. So that's your technique is going to help you to get to that note and not give us all of it, because the climax is not now. Right now, it sounds a little bit like a climax. The climax is later, and it's a beautiful climax that you need to milk a little bit. How do you milk it? By not giving us. Okay.
Sure.
Mi piacciono quelle cose. There's a triplet here, right?
Yeah.
If there's a triplet, then strike. Che ansi dolce Malia. So it needs to feel like it's not part of that. Piacciono quelle cose. And all of a sudden, che ansi dolce Maria e parlano d'amor. And then you continue. Yada, yada, on the simpler side.
Sure.
Okay. Now, without a pianist, unfortunately, we can't do that. But just keep in mind for something for you to try later. Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Think about why are we putting a triplet? Is it really to fit the words, or we do the rhythm? He composed the rhythm first, and we try to fit the words to the rhythm, fitting the rhythm to the words, or fitting the words to the rhythm. I think, knowing Puccini and how great he was, we are trying to fit the words to the rhythm that he wanted to have, because music always comes first. And trying to find the words that can fit what he's trying to communicate through the music, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can we start from mi piacciono, and then I'll stop you later.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very good, excellent. So, riparano quelle cose che amore poesia. So, quelle cose. You want to stretch both of them, because I think you are waiting to hear where the piano comes in later. Pick which syllable you're, or which vowel you're going to sing loud. You can't do both, right? It's
for cose.
Yeah, exactly. So cose, I would say, because I know that the word is cause, but it already lands there. So even though you wait on ze, se, on ze, we still hear that the word is cause, since it's lower. Okay. Quelle cose che hanno. Same thing for poesia. Poesia, poesia.
Sure.
Okay. You can't do both. Lei mi intende. That's another one. It's another little cute little thing, right? Do you
Right.
understand me? Do you understand? Of course he does. Of course he does. But it's more, needs to be simple, you know? Lei mi intende. It's softer. It's sweeter. It's intimate.
Gentle, yeah.
You understand? I mean, it's like,
Mhm.
do you understand? If someone is telling you a beautiful story, you say, do you know what I mean? It's not, do you understand? That's the wrong meaning. It's do you know what I mean? It's just
Right.
that's the sweet. It's going close to that person and say, do you know what I mean? You know, it's sweet. Let's continue.
Sure.
Sorry, I talk a lot, Sierra.
No,
I talk a lot.
it's good. I love it. I love talking. Scott can tell you. He did undergrad with me. I'm a talker. Let's see. Okay. Can we start from a better place? Let's see. Sorry. Technical
okay.
difficulties.
It's okay. See. Very good. Good job. Good job. So here's where the climax is.
Right.
And the climax should begin very soft. It needs to grow. And that is a phrase that is in 3 parts, right? So, ma cuando vien los je, ya da da da, ya da da da, ya ta 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 di. But here, this is it doesn't end here.
Right.
Because you know where it ends? It ends where what you say? Il primo bacio. That's where it lands.
Right.
Non un bacio, but it's mine. It's
right.
mine. You have to get there, because once we stop on bacio, then we don't think there's anything more. And then there is something more, but then we can't enjoy it anymore because we already had the climax of like 2 seconds earlier. So we are a little bit confused. Okay.
Sure.
So you have to tell us where you want us to go. Where
Right.
in the story. It's totally up to you. So il primo bacio, because if you do il primo bacio della, and then mio means nothing.
For sure.
But mio is such a powerful word, especially for Puccini. It's always mio, mio. And that's an opportunity for you to double the M, even though it's only a single M.
Sure.
It's one of those consonants, one of those consonants that are voiced, right? So take advantage of it. Mio, right?
Sure.
The music goes there and help it with the words.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we have to do? Well, first of all, we have to start a little bit softer.
Yeah.
Okay. Ma quando vien lo sgelo. Ma quando vien lo sgelo. So it's like period. Ma, you know Rossini, right? Ma. In you know what I mean, right? It's the same thing.
Sure.
But it's not a funny one. It's
Right.
like it's like but ma quando vien lo sgelo. Second thing you say has to be a little bit louder. Third thing has to be a little bit louder, and that's the only thing that you have to do. And the fourth thing, that's when you say mio, that's when you stop. That's when you hold it. Okay? Never give too much and never do it all the time. It needs to be in one specific spot.
Sure. Yeah.
I want to be a soprano. And I want to enjoy every single note too. Believe me, that's why I do what I do, because I get to be there from the beginning until the end.
Sure.
Okay. But you are so fortunate to do what you're doing because you're actually living it. Okay. So it's about control. I know, you know, my piano teacher 20 years ago, I hope she's listening now. She said, you know, when you are in a car and you're driving, you can't stop and just look at each flower and say how beautiful it is. Oh, there's a flower, how beautiful it is. And then you go for another 10 meters. Oh, how beautiful this flower. No, you can't do it because you'll never get to your destination. And you have to get to your destination. It's actually our job, you as a singer, me as a conductor, to give it some kind of, you're telling a story, not just through your words, but also through the music that you sing. Okay?
Absolutely.
So I want to give Sean his time.
Absolutely.
But first of all, great job, because as I said, this is difficult. It's a difficult aria, and conditions are far from perfect. Okay? And I think you're doing a wonderful job, and keep up the good work. Always think about the music first. Always music first. And then what are you trying to communicate with those words? Who are you in that particular moment?
Right.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Maestro.
Good work, Sarah.
Beautiful. Tears every time. Beautiful music.
Every time.
We love
it. It never, you know, Bohem is one of those pieces that never gets old. It never does. And every time I conduct it, there's always something else to discover. You know why? And you're going to discover this in your lives when you're getting older and older and older, like me. It never gets old because you go through a new experience in life that makes you appreciate it even more than before. So it's you as a person that changes. The music stays the same, but your understanding and your wisdom is completely different from one year to another. So think about when you're doing it in 20 years, when you have all kinds of stuff happening in your life. It's just the meaning is completely different. Okay, Alfredo, what are you singing for us?
All right. I am Sean Roth, for those of you just joining now, and I would like to sing Lunge da lei dei miei volenti spiriti from La Traviata by Verdi. I would like to, before I start, extend a sincere thank you to the Oberlin staff accompanist, Dan Mahalik, for recording this track for me. He's been very, very busy with all of our Zoom shenanigans, so I just want to extend that. Anyhow, shall we start?
Please.
Lunge da lei, per me non va di letto, volaron già 3 lune da che la mia Violetta agi per me lasciò dovizie, amori e le pompose feste, ova io magi a mezzo bene a schiavo ciascun di sua bellezza, e lor contenta in questi ameni luoghi tutto scorra per me. Qui presso a lei io rinascer mi sento, e dal soffio d'amori generato scorrono i cori suoi, tutto il passato. Dei miei volenti spiriti il giovanile ardore e la temprò col placido sorriso dell'amor, dai che di sé vivere io voglio tue fedel dell'universo innamore, io vivo quasi in ciel, dai che di sé vivere io voglio te fedel, ah sì, dell'universo innamore, io vivo quasi in ciel, io vivo in ciel dell'universo immemore, io vivo quasi in cielo, ah sì, io vivo quasi in cielo, io vivo quasi in cielo.
Beautiful. Good job. Good job. Excellent. Excellent. This is another piece that never gets old. I mean, how many times did I hear it and how many times I want to hear it? You know, just it continues in time.
Well, it is the most commonly performed opera, is it not?
It's one of those. It's different every year. It's either Carmen or Traviata or Bohème,
Yeah.
and every year they kind of switch spots.
Mm-hmm.
But
Deservedly so.
there's a reason, Sean. There's a reason for everything in the world.
I fully agree.
So, So what's happening here? Do you know what's happening in the opera?
He is just in a good mood. He has finally landed the girl of his dreams, who is, of course, Violetta. He knew that he loved her ever since the first time that he set his eyes on her. And right now they're living in his country estate in the middle of nowhere, outside of Paris, but still in the middle of nowhere. And he has just returned this is the top of Act 2, he's just returned from hunting. So he comes down, sets down his rifle, and says, "There's no joy for me when I'm not with her." Which is why I think it's in minor at the beginning.
You know, there's nothing better than being in love, isn't there? Everything looks good, every food tastes good, and the guy is just in a very good mood. Okay.
Yes, he is.
So because of that, your recit at the beginning needs to go.
Okay.
It needs to go a lot more, I think. Okay.
Sure.
What's interesting is that it's also written in the music recitativo. Okay, it's not part of the aria, and it needs to feel more like a recit, more like I don't want to say a Mozart recit, because it's not, because it's accompagnato, obviously. But again, we have to get to the point.
Sure.
Okay. Lunge da lei per me non vaglia ta 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 ta. So listen how the music is. Okay.
Sure.
Lunge da lei per me non vaglia ta 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 ta. Volaron già tre lune. Now, just take a look at that chord. That would be in measure 18. Volaron già tre lune. Okay, which is exactly. It's a G7 chord, right? Which we all know from all of our theory days. Dominant 7 chords. What do they create?
Dissonance.
Dissonance. That's right. And dissonance. How do we what is that translated into someone that knows nothing about music? Translates into
tension.
Tension.
Yes.
So if you have too much tension, then it breaks.
Sure.
You get a stick from outside when it's not snowing, and you bend it, and that creates tension. The more you go, the more you have a chance of breaking it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to create enough tension so that you still have it, but then you don't break the stick.
Right.
Because if you break the stick, then you cannot play with it anymore.
Yes.
Or you cannot write "I love you" with it to your Violetta on the sand, right? So that 5/7 chord lasts for a really long time.
Yes, it does.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 measures, and then there's a break. Okay, that's where your climax is. Oh, o vaglio maggiavezza, vede a schiavo ciascun di sua bellezza. Okay, so it wants to go there. Volaron già tre lune da che la mia Violetta oggi per me lasciò dovizie, amori e le pompose feste. O vaglio maggiavezza, vede a schiavo ciascun di sua bellezza. Tan, tan, tan. And that's when it starts being a little bit more like an aria. Yum, bum, bum, bum. All that rest, musically speaking, is not important. There's only one thing that is important. It's the end of that G7 chord.
Yes.
O vaglio vaggiare. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, we can't redo it because you have a recording now and you are,
I think I can probably finagle it somehow to get a better result of the tempi. So I'll do that.
Already?
I think I can actually
that'd be great if you want to try it again. But remember that it's only one sentence
yes.
with that one chord. Let me see, am I correct? I am correct. Volaron già 3 lune da che la mia Violetta agi per me lasciò, dovizie, amori e le pompose feste, ovagli omaggi avezza, vede a schiavo ciascun di sua bellezza.
Yes.
One sentence.
Yeah.
We cannot break it up in 5 different ones.
True.
Okay? We want to get to the aria. We want to also get to that ovagli omaggi avezza, vede a schiavo ciascun di sua bellezza. Okay? Second thing before we redo it, you also have to decide how to split that sua.
Di sua bellezza. Yeah, when I think about it, in terms of rhythm, di sua, I think I try to put that that diphthong in time. Sua bellezza, because like I try to hook it up to the.
But then you create extra rhythm there.
Okay.
So what I tell people to do sometimes is just to smooth it out from the u to the a. Di sua bellezza. So you don't make us hear that there's extra. Because if you wanted that extra rhythm, the guy knew how to sing, how to write music. So he could have added another 8th note on the a, right?
You're totally right.
Sua bellezza. It's sua bellezza.
Sua bellezza.
There you go.
Okay.
And don't think too much about the a. If not, you're gonna accent it. So you risk doing sua. No, it's sua bellezza. Try it.
Yes.
Try it now with sua. Try it.
Yeah. With music.
No, without the music. Without
Okay.
the music.
Yeah. Di sua bellezza.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Much more fluid that way. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to try this recit one more time? You said
Sure.
that you...
Would you like to do it from Lunge da Lei?
Sure.
Okay.
Ah, this is exciting.
Yes.
Wow. I feel alive.
Lunge da lei per me non va di letto. Volaron già 3 lune da che la mia Violetta agi per me lasciò, dovizie, amori e le pompose feste, ovai omaggi avezza, vede a schiavo ciascun di sua bellezza.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It
There you
felt
go.
much more like one phrase.
Yes, it does. It does, but it's not thanks to me at all. It's just
You give me
thanks to
ideas.
that. Well, it's just thanks to that dominant chord that is telling me, let's move it. Let's go. This is long. Think about a string player. Think about how many times do they have to go up and down to hold that one note. Okay, these are things that we have to think about. Also, volume-wise, don't give us too much. Volaron già 3 lune. The chord is piano. Volaron già 3 lune da che la mia Violetta agi per me lasciò. Dovizie, amori e le pompose feste, ovaggi avezza, vede a schiavo ciascun. Di sua, don't end it to get ciascun, and then you create a new sentence. No, it's part of a sentence. That rest is there so you can breathe.
Sure.
Ove agli ovaggi avezza, vede a schiavo ciascun. Di sua bellezza plum. See what I mean?
Yes.
One last thing about this. Un lunge da lei per me non va di letto. Don't worry too much about the rhythm, especially when you get to diletto. Diletto. Lunge da lei per me non va di letto.
Mm-hmm.
Diletto. Just
That
say
last
the
one
word.
kind of goes off into the ether.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you end and the orchestra picks it up. So it's that conversation. And the reason why it's there, so you can breathe, calm down, and then start your new sentence. You know, again, there's always a reason why there is it's fairly repetitive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do it one last time and then continue, please.
Yes, from Lunge Dale.
Yes, please.
Lunge da lei, per me non va di letto. Volaron già 3 lune, da che la mia Violetta agi per me lasciò dovizie, amori e le pompose feste. Oh, io magi avezzo, vede a schiavo ciascun di sua bellezza. Okay, now I have to place the recording at where it is.
I know, and you're doing a very good job just managing all of that. I know it goes against what we want to do, like instinctually, just to press button. We just want to sing, you know. But
Sure, I'll have a new skill to add to the resume after.
exactly, because as a singer, you don't have enough, right?
Yeah, right. I can whistle; it's still on there. Moving on, then.
Yeah, please.
Yes. Ed or contenta in questi ameni luoghi tutto scorda per me. Qui presso a lei io rinascermi sento, che dal soffio d'amori generato scorrono i cauri suoi, tutto il passato.
Excellent, very good. Stop here, please. Qui presso lei, piano, Rina, change of key, right?
Yeah.
Rinascermi sento, big breath, because you gotta last, right? It's all one breath. E dal soffio d'amorige. I see the dots, and I see also the legato, but don't overwork it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to sound like you are too emotional is the wrong word. It sounds like you're crying or suffering.
Yeah, I understand.
But you just want to add a slight weight onto those notes, just very slight. Okay. Mm-hmm. Again, it's just the beginning of the aria, right? Dal soffio d'amor degenerato, non riguardi suoi. That was very good. And then look at the shape of the music. It's going down, right? It's not tutto, it's suoi, tutto il passato. Okay, so once you start descending, don't stop on that first note, because you already gave us that A flat.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
All downhill from there.
and try, is there a place where you can get it? Maybe Qui presso lei or something like that? Because I was hearing that the piano under you was giving you the chords a little bit sooner than where you wanted to place them.
Sure.
So try to suoi and then go tutto il passa. Let's try that.
Sure. From Qui presso lei.
Yeah, do you have that? Or 3? I see number 3, which is, thank you for the organization. It makes it very easy.
Oh, of course. Yeah, there's no other way to do it. Okay, I'll do it from Qui presso a lei then.
Perfect.
Qui presso a lei rinascervi sento, che dal suo fiodo mori generato scorrono i cauri suoi, tutto il passato.
Very good. Very good. Also, because I don't want you to get too tired. Okay. Suoi tutto. I think you are waiting for the piano under you.
A little bit.
Don't.
Yeah.
Just go. Okay.
Sure.
You even if you are in a live situation, okay, if you need to go, you just go. It's only one measure. It's not going to make anybody angry. You're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So my suggestion would be just go. And don't slow down too much at tutto il passa. You want to get to the end, right?
Yes.
Tutto il passa here. Yada da da da. Bum bum. Very organic.
Mm-hmm.
Very organic. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Let's go on to the
aria.
aria proper. Yeah. Doesn't that sound like a heartbeat? You're in love.
Yeah. A heartbeat or like a train chugging along.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Dei miei volenti spiriti, il giovanile ardore, e la terrò col placido sorriso dell'amore, dell'amore.
Good. I'll just stop you right here. Very good. Very good. It's funny that the construction of the phrase is the same when you go from composer to composer. As I was telling Sierra earlier, as far as what the climax is concerned, your sentence, your phrase is also divided in three parts. Dei miei bollenti spiriti, il giovanile ardore, and then longer, and the climax. Ella temprò col placido sorriso dell'amore, dell'amore. Okay,
Yes.
So build it by being a little bit softer at the beginning. Don't open up.
Okay.
Rest. You all, as a singer, you always have to rest, and you have to give very little at the right times, because you have to last for 2.5 hours. Even if you're not singing backstage and you're waiting to go on stage, you still are in that, adrenaline mode. And your instrument is your body, and it takes a toll on the body. So the longer you rest, the more you rest, the better it is for this little thing right here. Okay.
Very
so
cool.
Dei miei bollenti. You have to fit the double L in there, please. Dei miei bollenti spiriti, papà del giovanile ardore. And then long breath, big breath. Ella temprò col placido and then go. Sorriso dell'amor. Dell'amor. Second time you say dell'amor, a little bit softer. Okay, is it written? Oh, look at that. It's triple piano.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, one more time. Dei miei bollenti.
Yes.
Good job, Sean.
Dei miei bollenti spiriti, il giovanile ardore, e la temprò col placido sorriso dell'amore, dell'amore. Dai che di sé vivere, io voglio tue fedele, nell'universo immemore, e io vivo quasi in ciel, dai di che di sé vivere, io voglio a te fedele, ah sì. Dell'universo immemore, io vivo quasi in ciel, io vivo in ciel, dell'universo immemore.
Very good. Excellent. Beautiful singing. Very good. So dal di che disse. Remember that the accent is on D. I know that you want to do that rhythm, but it sounds like disse, disse, dal di che disse, vivere, io voglio te fedel, dell'universo in memore. The longer, actually, I never say this to singers. Can you hold the note longer? But if you can in this case, because I really want to hear that phrase. I know that you have to breathe, but maybe you can reorganize the breathing. Well, dell'universo in memore, io vivo quasi. So the climax is in that measure 53. So memore, io vivo. Okay, that's another place where you can put a triple V. Io vivo.
Okay.
And see, like in Puccini and in Verdi now, where these climaxes, is that English?
Yeah.
I'm a foreigner, it doesn't matter. On which words they land. In Puccini was mio is that selfish love. Here is about life. Io vivo. And he says this one more time. Io vivo quasi in cielo. Doesn't matter the quasi in cielo part. It's sure. Io vivo. I live almost in cielo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
So try to keep it a little bit longer. L'universo in memore, io vivo quasi. Io vivo qua, and that's when you breathe, right? Io vivo quasi in ciel. Dal di che disse. V, don't worry about the rhythm here too, as long as those notes are the same length. Dal di che disse, dal di che disse. Okay? See, the only reason why we slow down here, because it's not musical at all, is they say by tradition. I don't believe in any of that, okay? There's always a reason why we do things. And the reason why you're slowing down is to catch breath one more time before the same climax comes back and before the cadenza at the end, okay? That's the only reason, and that's why you should keep it as you had it already, like you sang earlier. And then it repeats. So in general, again, have a plan. Give that much in one spot. So it's about saving. Mm-hmm. Save yourself. For not just for the music, so it's a lot more interesting for someone that hears it for the 17th time, right?
Yes.
But it's also good for you because on stage you don't have water bottles, you're sweating, you have costumes on, and you are just tired because it's a tiring job what you do.
Yep.
Okay, it's very tiring. I know something about it. As you do, probably more than me.
You love it.
You did a wonderful job. Thanks so much for doing this. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
And Sierra's back. The power of technology. So I guess I'll leave you off. It was a pleasure to have you both. You both sang extremely well for two pieces that are just not easy to do to begin with, in conditions that make them even more difficult. Okay, guys, always think about the music and the words. Okay, that's our job as musicians, just to communicate something to people. And you have this beautiful gift of this beautiful voice. I wish I could, because I would be anything, a soprano, a tenor. Just give me anything to sing, I'll do it.
You'd be a soprano, don't lie. We know.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll do it. Not a problem.
I've heard him sing soprano arias. I don't know if that's the best.
Why do you listen to me when I take showers, Scott?
Well, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sierra. Thank you, Maestro. Thanks for everybody tuning in on Facebook. Join us next Friday for another masterclass online. So be well, everybody. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope the snow melts, you guys.
Yay.